Hey guys, Ranger here, and welcome back to another episode reaction. Welcome back to another reaction and commentary video episode. Thinking about Bob Doohickey thing. And this is to the 12th episode of MLP. I did not type that. I just realized the file has a typo. Okay, I didn't do that. That's totally okay. I make typos all the time. Okay, but this episode is episode 12, which is Spice Up Your Life. And I know, again, this is an older episode, and I apologize for the late reaction to it, but I really have no idea what this episode is about. I've tried to avoid anything, so thankfully I was able to avoid spoilers, and I really have no freaking clue what this episode is about or who this episode focuses on. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started with the episode. Start the video in 3, 2, 1. Wait. 3, 2, 1 click.
As you've all probably noticed, it's been quite some time since the map has sent us on a mission of friendship.
Yeah, ever since Starlight messed with it to go back in time and try to change history.
Yes, since then. As part of her studies, Starlight's been assisting her, and together we think we've come up with a spell that will get it working again.
Yeah. The map working?
Now, without further ado...
I thought it just appears whenever it wants to. Huh, so that's how Twizzlers are made. Oh, wow. So it worked?
Fluttershy and Twilight in Appaloosa! No! Me and Rainbow Dash in Las Pegasus! No! Rainbow Dash and Twilight in Yakakistan! No! Twilight and Twilight's castle!
Wait, what?
Me and Rarity! Ooh, I hope it's some faraway place that no pony has gone before!
Well, maybe not too far away. An adventure somewhere
That place on the map.
Conveniences would be preferable.
Did a mega spell hit there?
Canterlot! Oh, this is wonderful. I can check the boutique. Perhaps there'll be some social events that we can attend.
Rainbow. Even Starlight.
You know, some ponies get excited about the silliest things.
Really? Really? Okay, I get what they went with there. Hey, Derp. Hey, Raindrops. Berry Punch. Okay. Interesting. Okay, I'm a little confused here. Pardon me. I'm a bit confused here. They try to get the map working again. I thought the map will just... I thought at first that the map just appears whenever it wants to send somebody... wants to send some pony somewhere. It wasn't like anywhere specific that it had to send them. So it's interesting that it's sending them to Canterlot.
Now then, as far as finding a friendship problem, I suggest we start at the castle and begin to question the proper...
Oh, Rarity, you don't find a friendship problem, it finds you! We just need to go with the flow, and eventually, kablam! We get friendship problem right between the eyes.
Well, this is a team effort, so if you feel we should go with the flow, then with the flow we shall go. Where's the flow saying we should go?
You know Canterlot. What do you think we should do?
Take your pick. Culture, couture, cuisine.
Cuisine.
Oh my. Well, it sounds like your stomach is saying we should flow towards some lunch. I know just where to go. Restaurant Row.
I see Colgate.
The best place for fine dining in all of Equestria.
I saw neon lights.
Where should we go? This one? That one? Those ones?
Any establishment.
Hey, I saw those two other ponies as well.
The 3-hoof rating.
The darker colored pony, or
Zesty gourmand.
with the brighter one.
Queen of
Shoot, I forgot their
cuisine.
names.
When it comes to food, she is the ultimate authority in Canterlot, and thus all Equestria. She judges a restaurant on cuisine, decor, and presentation. Without her approval, a restaurant simply cannot survive.
What's so important about her approval?
I'm having Ratatouille flashbacks.
Fine dining, and every pony hangs on her every word when it comes to cuisine.
Wow! Then the food here must be amazing! Lead the way, partner!
I get a bad feeling about this. Ooh, I love that.
Oh my! Such presentation. Oh. Ah, yes, very nice.
Maybe I'm not in the mood for wherever this is. Can we try someplace else? Yeah. Maybe one more stop? Ugh, nope. Maybe instead of trusting somebody else's hooves, I should pick the next place? Very well.
Oh.
Tasty treat.
Okay.
It's very rustic.
It looks like it hasn't even been rated. Thank goodness.
Oh, come on, Rarity, loosen up. Oh, wow. Nice atmosphere.
Are we
Ooh, I
sure
love that
they're
music,
open?
too. I love the classical, but I like this right here as well.
Smells open.
Are you here for lunch?
Yes, indeedy.
I'm Saffron Masala.
I like her
the chef
design.
here at the Tasty Treat, the most exotic cuisine in Canterlot. Would you like to hear about the specials?
We're actually in a bit of a hurry.
Yes, please.
We have a curried oat cake
We'll take one.
and a grass sandwich that has been marinated overnight in a mustard Dijon dressing.
How can we say no to that?
And for you?
Oh, me? Oh, I'm fine, thank you.
Come on, Rarity, loosen up.
I don't go anyway, they won't.
Hiya. What's your name?
Coriander cumin.
Are you a chef here too?
My daughter cooks. I host.
Then why are you stacking chairs?
Without customers, I have no pony to host for. So, I stack.
Father, stop it! Don't close up the restaurant around our guests.
What does it matter? When they leave, no pony else will be coming in.
Well, your attitude isn't going to bring anyone in. Can't you at least pretend to be positive?
So good.
You are doing enough pretending for the both of us. No pony here wants to try anything new. I know when to throw in the towel.
Pinkie, perhaps we should excuse ourselves.
Oh, Rarity, try this.
Oh,
Maybe if you would listen to my ideas for once.
Oh, yes! I did not move halfway across Equestria for my daughter that I never listened to.
Rarity, I think that friendship problem just kablammed us right between the eyes.
Yep, I had the same thought.
oh, I don't know, darling. The food is excellent, but I'm not sure there's much you and I can do to help them.
What would you have?
Advertisements would
We
help.
can't even get Zesty Gourmand to come to our restaurant. She took one look at how empty it was and said it wasn't even worth rating.
That's it? Yes! What's it?
The flow has led us here. This is our mission. We are going to get you a pre-hoof rating and save your restaurant.
Oh boy.
I can get Zesty Gourmand here.
No, you
And
can't.
I can pack this place with ponies.
And how do you intend to do such a thing?
Just leave it to us.
I really like her design. And I like the voice acting too.
Stop packing things.
When the lovely pony comes back and says she couldn't convince Zesty Gourmand to come visit us, we will need to pack all this up. I'm just getting a head start.
You really don't know Rarity.
I've done it.
See?
It took all of my charm and cajoling, but I was able to convince Zesty Gourmand to come and try the food.
What is the catch?
Ah, yes. Well, there is a bit of a challenge. The only time she can make herself available is tonight.
Oh, yeah, right.
What is it?
Zesty rates a restaurant on cuisine, decor, and presentation. And she has very specific tastes. If she's coming tonight, there is quite a bit of work that needs to get done.
Like what?
Oh, tweak here, a tuck there, some slight modifications to the menu. We just need the place to feel more cosmopolitan.
Father, after Rarity went to all of this trouble for us, can't we at least try?
Why don't I stay behind with Coriander to get the restaurant ready for Zesty's arrival?
I think I have an idea of what's going to happen
One
here.
packed restaurant coming right up.
Coriander, I understand your trepidation, but I promise you, we will get those those hooves by making this place feel just like all of the other restaurants on Restaurant Row.
And I have a feeling that's going to be the problem.
I hope my father doesn't drive Rarity crazy.
It'll be fine. Rarity's gonna make sure that the Tasty Treat is the most unique and beautiful restaurant in Canterlot. Not like all those stuffy places on Restaurant Row.
And here we go.
Here's what
Oh, a
I
song.
know. If you want to succeed, you must follow the trends, that's the key.
Oh, gosh. I know where this
If you
goes.
want to show that you've got what it takes, you must be what they want you to be.
Oh gosh, I already know this. I like the song, but I know where this is going. Oh, she's cute.
Here's what I know. Your food is so good. The flavor's so fancy.
I love the beat of this song. It's very energetic. I love it.
Just need to show that you make sense of taste. Go on, be yourself, let them see. It's gonna work. I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine. Trust me. It's gonna work. I swear it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine.
Hey, Colgate.
You need to change if you want to compete. But fear not, for I know what to do. I know it feels strange, but trust me when we're done. We'll make sure that you're a hit too.
Don't ever change. Being different is good. Don't let what others do be your cue. Never rearrange, cause some pony said you should. Just trust your heart, it will know what to do.
I love Pinkie's perspective here.
I know it's gonna
And it's very true.
It's gonna work out just fine, trust me. It's gonna work, I swear it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, you'll see. Be unique,
Just be the same.
trust your heart.
You'll make your name.
We'll help you every step
Two different
of the
perspectives here.
way. Because we know what you need to do, and you should know it too. It's gonna work, I know it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine, trust me. It's gonna work, I swear it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine.
I love her design. Hey, Neon. Ah.
The day is almost over, and we haven't found any ponies. What will we do?
Try harder. Phillies and Gentlecoats. Check out the super stupendous and amazing cuisine of the Tasty Treat. Grand reopening tonight.
How many hooves does it have? No hooves yet, but hopefully soon.
I love the designs.
Well, when it gets rated, let us know.
Don't like their attitude too much.
But hooves.
Oh, look at this, hon.
Oh, the Tasty Treat. Do you think that's a restaurant, Sugar?
Yes, it is.
We came to Canterlot from Winneapolis to be adventurous. But so far, the food in all these hoity-toity places tastes like some pony cooked up nothing with a side of nothing.
Well, please, come try the Tasty Treat. I think it's going to be exactly what you're looking for.
Oh, crap.
This is
Oh, I know where this is going to go.
Zesty is looking for.
Father, we're back.
Rarity, what did you do?
Welcome to the Tasty Treat. You can eat here if you want, or not. Who cares?
I know. Isn't it perfect? Zesty is sure.
I like the
not-
design. I do. I love it. But at the same time, it's not.
A beautiful restaurant in Canterlot. Not make it exactly like every other restaurant.
Oh, we want to help our friends by getting them 3 hooves. That will only happen if this is like every other restaurant.
Maybe that's why every single restaurant is the same, because they follow the same pattern.
Not that. Anything but that.
This is what we must cook if we want to succeed here.
This isn't what I wanted. I wanted Canterlot to like us for us.
Rarity, how could you ruin the restaurant?
We've helped save the restaurant. Now, where are the other guests? How many of
Oh,
them
no.
are coming?
2.
Just 2? I thought you said you could pack a place with ponies no matter what.
You said you would make the restaurant better, so I guess we both didn't know what we were talking about.
I love how blunt he is.
Come on! Everybody,
Places? Okay. Yzma?
Welcome to the tasty treat. What can I get you this evening?
I hardly think it matters, but by all means, try your best to impress.
Well, we'll both try the special this evening. Maybe with a little kick to it, eh? Yeah, we've been craving some food with actual taste.
Saffron masala! What are you doing?
I'm trying to save our reputations. I've given it at least a little bit of flavor.
No. That's not what Zesty wants.
What kind of food expert doesn't want flavor? That's insane!
I agree!
I'm taking this out there!
No! Zesty will hate it!
Let
You're
her
going
hate
to
it.
ruin this for them!
No! I'm trying to fix it after you ruined it!
What the? Uh-oh. Ah! Oh. Oh.
I think we are done here.
Zesty, please wait. Allow me to explain.
Rarity, when it comes to fashion, you are adequate. But take some advice from a friend. Keep your opinions out of restaurants. Substandard food, laughable service, and I would think even you could recognize that the decor here is trying desperately, well, desperately failing. Recommending a disreputable place such as this could do serious damage to your social standing.
Disreputable? You mean a place with food that actually tastes good?
Any pony can throw ingredients together and create an obvious taste that uncultured ponies like those two can register.
Hey.
Hey!
But it takes a true culinary artist to create a subtle taste, the barest hint of a sensation.
That tastes like cardboard?
That's what I bring to Canterlot. That's art.
If I was there, I would open that door and slam it back in her face.
I'm so embarrassed.
I don't know that there are words to adequately express how truly sorry we are.
The worst has happened. No use crying over spilled food now.
Here, this always cheered me up when I was younger.
My spicy flat noodle soup.
Oh my, this is truly delightful.
This is the best thing you've made so far! And I thought the food before was the best!
That's all I've ever wanted to do, Father. Make food for the ponies of Canterlot, like the food we made together when I was younger.
It has
Aw.
been so long since we cooked together. Remember how you used to hide the ingredients you did not like?
No, what? Who cares what some stuffy unicorn thinks of the food here? It's exquisite.
That's true.
And you don't need 3 silly hooves in your window to prove it.
Double true.
You just need ponies in here to give it a chance. Ponies that will tell every pony else in Canterlot that the
Yeah.
Tasty Treat is the best food in the city.
That's true times 3!
But without Zesty's approval, no pony will even try our food.
Wanna bet?
Oh, yes, they will. Pinkie, we are the perfect team for this. We were just doing the wrong jobs. I will go out and bring the crowd. You stay here and make sure this place is every bit as unique and rustic
Yeah.
as the moment we walked in.
And what about us?
You two? You are going to cook. Make whatever you want and make a lot of it. I intend to bring a crowd.
Neon.
Would the owner of one of the premier boutiques in Canterlot put a stamp of approval on
Nope, that ain't
something
Neon.
that
Never mind.
wasn't fabulous?
Excuse me. Now, while I can say that, pardon me, the original decor, that it was just prior, it was nice, but it was bland. It wasn't natural. Now that is atmospheric.
It's almost time. Is every pony ready for the grand re-opening?
Before we open, my father and I just wanted to say thank you for all of your help. We've both been so stressed about the restaurant succeeding that we forgot what it was we loved about it in the first place.
Cooking is something we used to love to do together. No matter what happens next, thank you for reminding us of that.
Oh, you guys!
Oh yeah, I was waiting for the hug.
Now come on! We've got a party to throw!
Was that Tara Strong?
Make yourselves
I love her design. Screw you.
Please, feel free to sample the food.
What's this? What is every pony doing here? This place has no hooves. It is
So
not in
freaking
keeping with
what?
the level of cuisine that I have set for Canterlot. No pony told you this place was acceptable.
Rarity and her friend said it was good? They told us.
They told you? And who are they to tell you anything?
Who are you to tell anyone else either?
What hats to wear with which skirts. Her friend can tell you how to maintain a tragic look for a frizzy mane. They can't tell you what food you can eat.
No, we can't. And neither can you.
You don't
No
have that
pony has the
authority,
right to
you
tell
don't
these
have that
ponies
right.
What to think. Zesty, you have very specific
And very strange!
Yes, and very
Yes.
strange opinions about food. And that's your right. But just because you like your food a certain way, there is no reason to tell these ponies that they need to do the same.
Yes! This is the internet right here!
Food here is delicious. I own the smoked oat on Restaurant Row. I hate the food we make. From now on, it's all smoked, basted, and grilled.
This
Do it!
is an inspiration. I own the bake stop. I'm going to bake my mother's bud cake the way she made it, full of flavor.
Yeah! I love the designs for the characters.
Are you sure you wouldn't like to try the food? Ignoring a unique and fresh
Or try a door to the
establishment
face?
such as this could do
That'll work.
serious damage to your social standing.
Bye!
Thank you so much.
You are both.
Love the character design too. Hey!
Nothing can stop the dynamic duo of Pinkie and Rarity!
Okay. I really love this episode. I really love this episode. And there is so much relatability with this episode. Man, I'm so glad they did this episode. I am so freaking glad they did this episode because there is so much freaking relatability to this episode. There is so many things in this episode that applies to real life and to the internet. The concept right now. I mean, okay, first off, I really love this episode. First, the story. The story was great. I love the story. And it was extremely true. It was very much relatable. Here, you have this character. I already forgot her name. That's how memorable she was. I already forgot her dang name. Who basically was telling everybody or every pony what cuisine was. What she deemed was acceptable to eat. If she did not give it a 3-hoof approval or a 3-star approval, it wasn't acceptable in her eyes. And no pony, nobody else should eat it. And at first, Rarity had the mentality of like trying to make the restaurant, the cuisine, just trying to make everything blend, follow the pattern. Because it was deemed acceptable by somebody else, because everybody else had gone with the flow, Rarity thought that's the way the restaurant should go. Pinkie had the right mentality all along about being unique, about showing your individuality. And whenever it was revealed there, that's why every other restaurant had the same look. I wondered, whenever he was showing all 3 of those other restaurants, I thought, why is the background the same? Why is a cuisine the same? And that's why. Because everybody else had believed that if they followed in the same pattern, they too will be successful. That because it was deemed acceptable, because one person said this is the way it should be, that's what they were supposed to do in order to be successful. They threw away their individuality, the uniqueness that made them who they were, that made what they did different, that made it unique, to try to go with the flow and try to blend in. And everybody realized at the end, Pinkie had the right mentality. Now, Rarity understood that later. She later understood that. Rarity was not a villain here. She did what she thought needed to be done. But even Pinkie was able to open Rarity's eyes and help her to see that it doesn't have to go with the flow just because somebody deems it acceptable. And that it's okay to be unique. It's okay to be your individual self. And like Pinkie said right there, be yourself, be unique. Let me go back and confirm that part. Okay, again, it's extremely true what Pinkie says right here. What Pinkie says, don't ever change. Being different is good. That's true. Too many times people try to change who they are because someone else says they should. Because to them, it's not deemed acceptable. Every single one of us are different. People are different. If comparing us like computers, we're all running on different operating systems. Every single one of us are different inside and out. We have different interests. We have different tastes. And there is no harm in that. Now, one thing, I say we're different inside and out. We differ in terms of tastes and interests. But we are the same on the part that we're all human beings. We were all born in the world the same way, and we're all going to leave the world the same way. We're all human beings. But don't let what others do be your cue. Never rearrange because some pony or somebody said you should. Trust your heart, it will know what to do. That could not be any more true. That could not be any more true. Again, too many people today, I've seen it, too many people today, I mean, again, the story with this right here. Rarity tried to design the restaurant, tried to design their clothing, tried to design the food that they wanted, the food that they made, to blend in with the flow because it was what was deemed acceptable. Like, this is what's hot. This is what's in style. If you're not within that, it's basically pretty much a ball and chain of society. Like, it's within a circle. If you're not within that circle of what society, of what they deemed was acceptable, you are an outcast. That's the way this other older pony, this other older woman looked at it. Was, if she doesn't deem it acceptable, like, if she doesn't like cuisine, nobody else should like that, because she doesn't think it's kosher. She doesn't think it's acceptable. And Pinkie had the right mentality all along. She knew immediately that they needed to be unique, that they needed to be themselves in order to stand out. That trying to go with the flow would just make them a copycat. It would just make them follow within that same pattern. But standing out, it would make them unique. Being different is good. That's just what Pinkie said. Being different is good. There's nothing wrong with being different. And so they were able to help these two ponies. And again, I love their design. I love their design. And I love the fact that they are introducing different cultures into this and putting multiple cultures into this. I love that fact. I love these characters' designs. I love the way they talk. And I love just the story for them. I mean, it was very warm. It was very sweet. And I love it. I mean, it was really cool. And again, I love that they're putting this different culture into this. They're introducing multiple cultures. I love that fact. It makes it seem larger, like the world itself is larger. And so I love that they're doing that instead of just, limiting it to pretty like the same designs. Or I mean, not that the designs are boring, but I mean, like, as if every character speaks within the same manner or speaks within like a similar accent. I'm really happy that they're doing it to that. They are introducing different cultures into it, and I'm very, very happy for that. And I think it's extraordinary that they're introducing multiple cultures, and it's showing the world on a much grander, much larger scale, and it's showing the characters on a much larger, much grander scale. And I think that's wonderful too. And it's also really fantastic because it's showing that, I mean, that you can make friends. I mean, that that regardless of your color, regardless of what language you speak or what country you come from, you can still make friends with anybody if you try. And I mean, if you want to be friends with somebody, and they want to be friends with you, there's nothing stopping you. And so I love the fact that they are introducing multiple cultures, like multiple cultures into this. I love that fact. And so at the end of it, Rarity and Pinkie were able to help these characters, and they were able to help them. And they did their own thing. They realized they were pretty much doing each other's job. And they weren't exactly doing what they did best. Whenever they realized they were doing the wrong job, they did what they did best. And it worked out. They were able to help these characters. They were able to put the restaurant on the map, bring attention to it, and they were able to the characters were just able to be themselves, and people enjoyed it. And I think it was really cool at the end of it. Honestly, I wondered what was going to happen at the end of it, if like the character at the end, if that other woman, shoot, I do not remember these characters' names. I feel bad for that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, they were able to help her. They were able to help these two ponies. These ponies were able to do their normal thing. They were able to do the restaurant the way that they were used to, the way that they wanted to, the way that they were used to. And they were able to do it. And I wondered if at the end of it, this other character, this older pony, if at the end of it she was going to taste the food, and she was going to like it, and she was going to possibly realize she was wrong. And I thought, I mean, I wondered if that was going to happen. But she just turned and walked out. And you know what? I'm actually glad that they did that. It would have been interesting to see the character like taste the food and like it and realize that she was wrong. And it would be, the moment where you kind of realize, it's okay if somebody likes something that you don't. But honestly, I'm glad that they did it the way that they did it. Because she's missing out. Because she is limiting herself. Instead of keeping an open mind and opening her eyes to other things around her, she is limiting herself to future enjoyment. And that's how some people are in real life. They don't want to open their eyes, they don't want to open their hearts, they don't want to open their minds to a different concept other than what they initially perceive. And so they limit themselves, and they keep themselves from enjoying other things simply because it is beyond their realm of comprehension. They don't see it, they don't understand it, and they don't want to understand it. Instead of opening themselves and experiencing it, trying it out, they limit themselves. And so I'm also glad that they did the ending the way that they did with this character. And honestly, I can understand if a lot of people don't want to see her again. If they do, it's probably to get her comeuppance. And yes, I would like to see her get her comeuppance. It's a shame that the soup to the face didn't happen at the end of the episode. That would have been greatly warranted. But again, I think it's really cool. I really love this episode because, again, it's very natural. It's very realistic in its tones and its depth and the story and the The characters' personalities, characterizations, and everything is just really spot on and really true and realistic and natural to things that we experience every single day. In that basically somebody with a higher authority or somebody with a higher reputation begins to deem what is acceptable, what should be and should not be, and everybody else should follow through with that. And that's honestly not a mentality that I believe in. I believe in what Pinkie believes in, that being unique is totally fine. Being unique, it's okay to be different. And so again, I love this episode. This is definitely one of my favorite episodes because of the natural feeling of it. Because this is definitely, again, I have to say probably my most favorite episodes are the episodes that have a more natural and more realistic tone and depth. Not just, both to the story and to the characters. And so this is definitely one of my favorite episodes because of that. It really hits a realistic note, and it really touches upon a very true topic, a very true and often and sometimes overlooked topic. And so I'm really glad that they did this episode and that they did the story the way that they did. And it's very relatable and very understanding. And, some younger audiences probably won't really understand it. But I think, older older audiences will definitely be able to watch this episode and understand exactly. It's not just, this is something that can be applied not just to this episode, but to many things in real life. You can look at this episode as a whole and see, the message of the story itself. But it's a message that applies very much to real life and everyday real life, to many different things. And so again, I'm very happy that they did this episode the way that they did, and it had a wonderful ending, with the characters being able to still be themselves, and the restaurant being able to be itself without having to sacrifice anything to what was considered the norm. And it was able to be different. It was able to be unique. They were able to express their individuality without having to sacrifice anything to be that way. They were able to be themselves and be appreciated because of that. And that's what that's all that many people just really want, is just to be appreciated for who that they are. And so again, I love this episode because of the story. And like I said, it's very realistic in that too many times today, society wants to deem something acceptable. It's not, there are many different things in how that works. And a good example is with some fandoms. Like with the MLP fandom, some people outside of the fandom, internet trolls, haters, and such, don't think it's appropriate for guys to like the show. And they say it's unacceptable. It's inappropriate. My comeback for that is, what's the harm? And there are women right now that like Transformers and G.I. Joe, and there's nothing wrong with that either. If it's an interest that you have like that, go for it. People, and like I said, society, some people look at something as unacceptable like that, and they say it's unacceptable. It can be art that you're trying to do. It can be the way you dress. There are people in society today that if you don't wear clothing from a certain brand, from a certain maker, you're not considered fit to be a part of that clique. You're not considered to walk. You're not deemable. You're not worthy enough to walk with them, to speak to them, because you're not dressed a certain way, because you're not dressed in a certain brand. A person sometimes could pull up in a classic car, even if it just has a little bit of rust. They can pull up beside of a brand new car from somebody else in high society, and they would look at that person in that classic car as beneath them, as below them. And that's the way that some things are. And that's just like that. Some people have that. Just like this older woman here, this older pony, she basically had the mentality that what I deem acceptable, you must follow. If I deem it acceptable, you follow that. you follow that route. You follow that path. If I don't deem it acceptable, you don't do it. Otherwise, it hurts your reputation. And again, it's very realistic in how they did this episode and the characters, each of the characters' personalities, because, again, that is a mentality that I don't understand, and I honestly don't condone. And myself, I personally believe in being yourself and being not afraid to be different, not afraid to be different, not afraid to be unique. Because if you can't be yourself, who are you? And every single one of us have different interests. And it's not just with My Little Pony. I mean, every single one of us, every single one of you has a different interest. And there are different things that we like. I mean, I love My Little Pony, yes, but I'm also a Disney fan. I love Disney. I love Zootopia. I love Frozen. I love Supernatural. I love Danny Phantom. I love Kim Possible. And I'm a space nerd. I love astronomy. I love the concept of the galaxies and like the planets and the stars. It's so beautiful. I love it. There's more to each of us than that. And I've seen it before. Society, there are too many times whenever people like this woman try to control other people. They try to use that. They try to control other people and try to make them flow into that. And just like every single one of those restaurants, right here, they tried to fit in, but what did it cost them? It cost them themselves, their sense of individuality, their sense of self. They lost themselves trying to fit in. How many times have we seen that in real life? Somebody tried to fit in with the clique, trying to fit in with something just because they thought they should. And they sacrificed themselves doing it, and they lost themselves along the way. I've seen that happen before. And every single one of us are different. Every single one of us are unique. There's no shame and there's no harm. If somebody likes something, that's fine. If somebody doesn't like something, that's fine. I don't believe. There are things that I like. There are things that I like that I know some of the people that watch my channel don't like, and that's fine. I'm totally fine with that. I'm not selective. I'm not judgmental. There are people who are subscribed to me right now who aren't bronies, and I'm totally fine with that. I welcome anybody to my channel, regardless of your color, regardless of your race, regardless of what language that you speak. It doesn't matter to me. You're still a person to me. But there are things we have, we don't have to, nobody has to agree with everything. Nobody has to like everything. Even the closest of friends will have different interests on things, and that's totally fine. What is important is to find some common ground and say, hey, it's okay if you don't like this. That's totally fine. And be understanding and still be respectful of somebody else's opinions and feelings. And some people don't have that mentality. They look at it like, if you don't like what they like, you're not fit to talk to them. You're not fit. Some people even have the mentality that if you don't like what they like, that if you don't like what they like or you don't hate what they hate, you are not even fit to breathe. That is the wrong mentality to have. We should be free to like something if we want to like it. Every single one of us should. And we should be free to be different and be fine with that. Every single one of us are different. Every single one of you are different. I'm different. There's no harm in that. Every single one of us are unique. Every single one of us are our own individual person. We're still people, but we're all unique. And yeah, there are those of us, we have similar interests, and that's totally fine. That's wonderful too. But even if somebody likes something that you don't like, that's fine. I don't believe in trying to control and trying to police somebody else if they don't like something that you like, and trying to make them like, or try to make them understand or believe what you believe. That's wrong. I feel that, I mean, to me, that's wrong. And so, again, I've seen a lot of relatability with this episode. I see a lot of relatability with this episode. And it's very, very true. And I apologize for my long rant there. But I know some people would agree with me, with what I say. And I know a lot of people can agree with me whenever I say this. I am who I am. And I'm not changing what I like, what I believe, what I do, just to satisfy one person, or try to fit into society. Real friends will accept you and understand you for who that you are, and respect you because of that. People that will throw you down the moment that you don't fit in with them are not real friends. They're not the false friends. Basically, as long as you fit in, they're there for you. But the moment that you don't fit in, the moment that you're down on your luck, they're not there for you. That's not real friendship. That's not real friends. And I know people like that. I work with people like that. I've seen it. I've experienced it. Real friends understand you for who that you are. They understand you. They know you inside and out. And they know your inner workings. And if a person wants to be a friend, they'll want to get to know you. They'll want to understand you. They'll want to be able to understand you better. And even if there's some things that you might not agree on, you won't let that stand in the way of friendship. You won't let that stop you from getting to know that person. Even if it's something that you just avoid, there's no harm in that. You still will want to make things work out. There are things right now that even my parents and I don't agree with completely, but I still love them dearly, and I will still do anything that I can for them. And that's what caring, that's what love, and that's what friendship really is. And so for me, I am who I am. But I try to keep an open mind for the things around me. And I want to keep an open mind. Because if I don't keep an open mind, then there's things out there that I'm going to miss, that I will find out that I love doing, that I find out that I really enjoy. And if I don't keep an open mind, then I will miss out on that experience. And I don't want to miss out on something like that. And so I keep an open mind because I want to. And I keep my eyes open and my heart open to things like that. And I'm not saying people should be like me. I'm not that. I don't believe in that. I don't think a person should be exactly like I am. I don't believe in that. But that's how I am. And I know some people feel the same way, and that's totally fine. If you disagree, that's totally fine. I'm not the kind of person that, hey, if you disagree, don't comment or something. No, I'm not that way. I respect people's opinions. I respect people's feelings, and I respect people's thoughts, and I respect people. That's how I am. And I don't believe in trying to police or trying to control somebody simply because they have a different attitude or a different mentality than somebody else. It's whenever somebody else takes it too far and they try to shove their opinions down others' throats and they try to control somebody else, and they're being controlling and manipulative to somebody else. That's what I don't condone that, and I don't agree with that. That is inappropriate, and that is behavior I cannot accept. But like I said, there are every single one of us. There are lots more to every single one of us. We may let be known a few interests that we have, but there's more to us than that. Some people see me as being a brony on my channel. There's a lot more to me than that. And I will openly tell you there's a lot more to me than that. There's a lot more to every single one of you than that as well. There's a lot more to every single one of us. And I don't believe in letting one interest, or just a few interests, stop people from trying to be friendly or try to get along. I don't believe in that. And I would say at the very least, please, keep an open mind and keep an open heart. Don't be fooled. Don't let somebody take advantage of you. Don't let somebody screw you over. Be wary, but be open-minded. And like I said, this episode really hits, again, with the relatability. And so this is definitely one of my favorite episodes because of that. They did a fantastic job with this. And again, there's also little other things that I want to mention as well, little background things. Again, it's very cool. We get to see Sunlight Glimmer, Starlight Glimmer come back, even for just a brief moment. It was still wonderful. And again, we get to see the very detailed map of Equestria. And this one scene right here where you see this valley, pardon me, I couldn't help but think about Fallout Equestria, like if that's old Olney, if that's old Olney, where one of the mega spells was supposedly hit, according to a map that I viewed. And it's interesting that they get to go back to Canterlot, and we get to see some other background characters return. I thought I saw neon lights here. No, I did see neon lights. I know for a fact I saw neon lights. And then we get to see Colgate comes back, even though she doesn't really have a major speaking role. We still get to see Minuet or Colgate come back. Again, some very beautiful background elements. We get to see some really great new characters introduced as well. And I love their personalities. I love their designs. And again, I love that they're introducing multiple cultures into the world. It helps to expand it and make it a lot more vast and open than what it appeared previously. So I love the fact that they're doing that. I love the message and the moral of the story here about being unique. And I love that. I love that concept, and I love how that they did that. It's very much relatable and extremely true. And it's an interesting concept here to see the contrast between Rarity's point of view and Pinkie's point of view, seeing how each of their personalities differed and how it affected these two ponies, how it affected not just them, their personalities, their lives, their emotions, and their business. And it was really interesting to be able to see that. But of course, Rarity realized that she was wrong at the end. Rarity realized that she was wrong. Her point of view was misguided. And so it was interesting to be able to see that. And although Rarity was able to have an open mind, the other character was not. And so again, it's very much relatable. We got to see some other background characters again. I love this other pony, this cleaner pony here, her design. I love her design. Very cute, very cool. I love her design. I'm really curious about her name as well, what she's going to be named. And we also got to see these two other ponies in the background return. We saw them whenever Rarity first opened her boutique in Canterlot. We got to see them. The more energetic, brighter pony with the more like mellow the pony. I forgot their names. I've watched their art. I watched their fan art, their artwork of them, I think, on Derpy Brew. But I love their designs. We got to see them be in the background, and we got to see these other two characters from Winneapolis. Again, really interesting designs. I love the voice work as well. Really cool. And so again, I love the atmosphere, the nighttime setting scene, the setting sun segment, the atmosphere and everything, the tones. And again, it was very natural. It was very realistic in its tone. And, somebody would, it's interesting. Somebody would think, well, it's a cartoon. There's got to be zany antics and everything about. It doesn't always have to be that way. And I think MLP is a really good example that it doesn't always, it's not always that. That there is some really great morals and really great things that are taught that really people can really relate to. And so I'm really glad that they did that. And again, I love the background. There's some really beautiful background designs for some of the characters here, and so help me, I thought that was Tara Strong's. Tara Strong's pony version that was there. But I love her design, very cute. I love again some of the other background characters here, their designs, their overall appearances, and like the totally different hairstyles, the colors and everything. And I mean, it just adds so much. It just adds a lot more. It just adds a lot more difference, a lot more. It like introduces a lot more culture, and it begins to show multi characters from like totally different walks of life, different backgrounds and such, and it shows that. And I think that's really cool. I love the fact that they're doing that, and that it's showing so many different colors and concepts and styles for the characters, many different clothing styles, different hairstyles, different facial appearances, facial hair and such. I love that concept. It's showing a lot more versatility, a wider range of characters, and just showing multi characters from different walks of life. And it's showing that, and in doing that, it's opening up the world. It's opening the world. It's expanding the world. And I love that they're doing that. And that, I mean, it's not, like a copy and paste concept. It's showing a lot more. It's a lot more detailing in the design, and just it's showing a lot more stuff for the characters, and I love that they're doing that. And then some of the characters. Then at the end of it, I think it's really cool how some of the other shop owners decided, you know what? Screw trying to follow the flow. I'm going to do what I want to do, and what is unique to me. And other people were accepting. Other people were happy. Other ponies were happy. They're like, yeah, we want some individuality. We want some uniqueness. I love that. And so, I mean, it was so cool that was following with the flow. And then that last line of Rarity making a mention to this other elder pony, that maybe she should have something to eat at that restaurant because otherwise it might hurt her title. It might hurt her reputation. And she just humps and walks out. And I know a lot of other people, if I were there, I would have got up. Whoops. I would have got up. I would have opened the door and then slammed it after her. And so, again, wonderful episode. Again, a very much relatable episode this season. And which is really cool because the last episode was Flutter Brudder. And so we got to see that. And we also got to see, I just now realized, or remembered rather, we also got to see the map again. So it kind of makes me wonder what other interesting things we're going to have with the characters again. Like who's going to team up, who's going to partner up. Now that Starlight Glimmer is there, there's a lot more opportunities for the characters to partner up and team up, and for us to see other things with them together. There's a lot more things that could happen. And so... And we also got the reference to the last time that the map was used, which was interesting. And it's like, kind of like, yeah, wound's still here, don't pour salt on it. Like, trying to forget the past. It's one of those things where, like, they know, like, Starlight Glimmer knows what she done. She knows she made a mistake. She's accepted that she's made that mistake. She's still trying to deal with the aftermath, but she's opening up, and she's opened up, and she's still trying to make amends. And she's still earning that forgiveness. She's earned forgiveness for the main six. And so now she's still trying, it's to the point now that she's embarrassed of what she did before. And I think that's a good thing. If she's working through it. She's getting through it. I mean, it may still hurt, but I think it's to the point now that she's just embarrassed of what she done. She's embarrassed that she let that control take hold of her. And so I think it's really cool. It's showing more depth. It's showing more depth, not just for her character, but it's showing realism and more of a natural element, more of a natural flow. And so I'm really glad that they're doing that as well. Even if it was subtle in this episode, I could still see it myself. And so, again, this is a really great episode, and there's a lot to take from it in terms of the story, the characterizations, and the morals, and like little gestures and things like that. There's a lot here. And so, again, I'm really glad that they did this episode. So, again, to everybody that worked on this episode, thank you so much for making this episode. This is a really great episode. There's a lot, like I said, to take from it. There's a lot you can look at this episode. And, again, it's one of those episodes where, you can watch it multiple times to see the little background things, to see the little background things going on. But the story, you get it. and you can understand it, and it really has meaning and again has depth. And we've had some really great episodes, pardon me, in season 5 that did that very thing, and it's great to see season 6 is continuing with that and touching upon realistic topics and tones that people of that even older audiences can understand and know exactly what they're talking about. And again, this is something that you can take in multiple ways, and it applies in multiple. It can be applied in multiple areas, and so that's a really good thing. And so again, this is a really true episode, really great episode. And so again, thank you to everybody that worked on this episode. This is a really good episode, and so I want to hear what you guys think as well in the comments below. Tell me what you guys think, and hope you get and thank you guys again for joining me. Really glad people have been wanting me to hurry and watch these episodes. So again, really interested to hear what you guys think. So please let me know in the comments below what you guys think. Thank you guys again for joining me, and I will see you guys in the next video that I do. Take care.